Hello everyone, welcome to I Jump Instead on YouTube. My name is Stephanie. Thank you for joining me for this 30-minute rebounder workout for lymphatic flushing, for increased flexibility, for increased strength and mobility, for rehabilitation, for better health. I'm so happy you're here with me to jump, to bounce, to apply the up and down motion to the skill of jumping, which is mind to muscle and presence, being present in our body, That's the secret to success. That is what rebounding is all about. And we can be playful and connect to just freedom and playfulness and, the flexibility, the flexible surface underneath our feet. But when we really focus in on the symmetry that we can build in our body, or the balance that we can achieve in our body, that is when we can feel the most profound result or experience from jumping. We can achieve the maximum results. We want to keep our nervous system calm and balanced. We want to ultimately create alignment in our joints and in our tendons, ligaments, our muscle strength, our flexibility, our mobility. We want to be even, because having that balance throughout our body is going to give us a better experience in life. We're going to reduce injury risk. We're going to increase strength, and we're going to balance hormones, and we're going to do all these things. So that presence and connection of balance and of symmetry in our movements. And nose breathing is what we bring to this channel, and what we bring to our workouts, no matter what intensity. Our goal is 100% nose breathing. And so we invite you to join us on the journey of nose breathing while we jump, or maybe even in any of our other exercise endeavors, unless you're doing very high intensity and that is strategic for you in order to get a specific result or achieve a specific level of athleticism. Mouth breathing may be the answer. But this is a pillow I have that is going to be used at the end of class when we do our lay bouncing. So make sure, or laying down inversion. So make sure that you have your pillow close by. And if you're using a rebounder that has springs that have oil, maybe a towel is your best option to lay on. I usually lay on a towel when I jump on my Sizer spring rebounder, but this is a Jump Sport 350 Pro that I'm using today. Shoes are optional. Wear shoes if you'd like, and we definitely recommend having a handlebar on your rebounder at all times for best performance. So let's get started. Here we go. We are going to get the body in this motion and begin to dial inward. Hands on the bar, being present, feeling every single bounce. Let's try to stay in that presence. Let's put our tongue at the roof of the mouth, and let's close our teeth. Relax our eyes. Chin is level to the ground. Chest is lifted. Shoulders are not forward or back. They're just straight out to the side. Feet are flat against the mat in just the right width that feels just right for you. You may notice your heels are pumping. You may notice that they're not pumping. You're doing it perfectly. Just getting the body up and down, getting it in motion. And this vertical motion, it's so powerful. So let's go ahead and lift through the spine, feeling the head kind of reaching upright. It may or may not cause you to get up a little bit more onto, or lifting the heels a little bit more. It may or may not, because you can still be stretching upright, keeping the feet flat against the mat. I want you to take a hand off the bar, and when we pull one ear, I want you to begin humming, and just hum freely and connect to a note or a sound tone that feels right in this moment. Here we go, nose breathing between hums. And let's go ahead and pull the other ear. And now let's take one hand off the bar, stretch the hand and wiggle the fingers, as well as stretching the jaw wide open. No need to hum. And let's do the other side. Stretch that hand wide and fingers were wiggling and your jaw at the same time. And now let's bring back the hum and let's look around the room and see if we can focus and actually connect to precise focus on different things in the room that are in different distances. 20 seconds. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and begin rocking our bodies 1 foot down into the mat at a time, keeping the chest lifted and engaging the core muscles. Automatically, the core muscles are going to contract with every down bounce. You can lift one heel off the mat at a time as we rock here, or the feet can stay flat against the mat. That's perfect. Either way is perfectly fine. But just feel your core muscles connected to this motion because they're already going to be activating, but you might even go in there into your core and stabilize or put a little bit of a firmness in your core. And the core runs through the tummy and the lower back. So you want to keep your chest up in order to engage both the lower back and the tummy equally. Keeping the chin level, letting the breath flow through the nose as it's needed. You don't need to push the breath through hard or aggressively. Just let it float naturally like a feather. Keeping the eyes relaxed. Keeping your connection here with each foot with equal weight distribution, pressed evenly back and forth or side to side, and then the core muscles activated with every single down bounce. And we have this floating freedom in between in between the down bounce. That is connecting us to anti-gravity, no resistance, anti-aging. Feel that. Feel that swing of anti-aging and strength and that pump and that flush, that connection. 20 more seconds here to be present and precise in your symmetry. I want us to now keep rocking and take one hand and put it on the bar. The other hand comes off, and I want you to face your chest diagonally, not to the side, but diagonally. And now I want you to feel into the core. Feel the different parts of the core. Maybe it's going to be the love handle area and the oblique on each side. Feel those muscles as you connect to teeth closed, nose breathing, relaxed eyes, and we're connecting to the core. Let's go ahead and slowly rotate. So the other hand is holding the bar, chest faces diagonally the other direction. Feel the different core muscles engaging. Three, two, facing front. Now with each one leg landing, or each side that's landing, I'm gonna have us just focus on one side. We're gonna reach up on the same side that presses down. Keeping one hand on the bar, we're just going like this, palm facing up. Let's keep the core, meaning the tummy and the lower back, connected. Kind of like you're doing a raise the roof, or the palm comes up and you want to feel like maybe there's even a little bit of a weight in your palm and you're pushing that weight up, keeping the core muscles connected. Let's go ahead and put the hand on the bar and let's switch sides. So this side goes down and then we push. Let's say you had a plate in your hand, and the plate had gold on the plate. So you want to keep that gold balanced on the plate. You want to push that gold up, and you want to feel your core muscles engage. Nose breathing. Go ahead and bring your hand back to the bar, and now with this foot down, we're going to push out and out and out. Another way to do it is you can have the palm facing down, and you can just bend at the elbow, bring the hand toward the chest, and out, out, out. Now with every down bounce, I want you to feel the stretch in your deltoid. I want you to continue staying present in your core the whole time. Not one bounce goes to waste with that connection. So feel that arm stretch and reach. Now let's bring it back down to the bar and switch sides. Connecting to that foot going down with this arm, stretching through the shoulder, through the full arm, the tricep, the bicep, the wrists, elbow, and the core muscles staying connected. Now we're going to switch hands, and this time we're going to bring the arm and we're going to coordinate with this down bounce, and we're going to bring the arm back and back. You can have your hand in a fist. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Just put your hand in a gentle fist. And with this foot going down, the arm goes back and does a tricep extension. And I want you to feel and see if the tricep can contract when you extend the elbow. See if you can lift that fist up a little bit more, connecting to the tricep with every single down bounce on this side. And then the core, 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 core. Core happens with every bounce. Switching arms, here we go. So I got to coordinate. I want it to be on the same side that the leg goes down into the mat. And then I reach back and do a tricep extension, contraction, nose breathing. Continue to connect here to that tricep specifically. With every single reach back, it pumps, it contracts, it contracts. The core is continuing to stay in the mix, staying contracted. 3, 2, squat bounce is next. 1, and here we go. So squat bounce is both feet go down into the mat with equal weight distribution. You might have to take a moment to stop bouncing, bend those knees, and make the priority about the lower half of the bounce. The feet can stay connected, fully connected to the mat. I encourage you to try that, where you're just in the bottom half of the bounce. Using those thighs, chest is lifted, keep the shoulders out, hands on the bar, feet are flat. We'll get an automatic activation in the thighs, staying connected in the core as well, chin level. Now the goal here is to notice, does the heart rate want to come up because the muscles are activating? I want you to modify your form so your legs stay comfortable while you are in an elevated heart rate, but you can still breathe through your nose. Now I want you to make sure your mind is in your thighs. You could even not squeeze, well, yes. Can you squeeze your thighs from the inside? Can you contract those muscles? Explore that just maybe for a few seconds. For me, when I do that, it drives up the muscle activation so much that I have to back off as well. The more skillful we become at squeezing those muscles, the more we instantly activate them beyond our even wildest dreams, because the more connection we build, the more we can contract them, and then pretty soon the legs just transform into pure density. And that's because we are so connected here, and we're simply doing an isometric exercise, muscle contraction, without movement would be the isometric, but we're holding it, but we're applying emotion, an outward emotion, the bounce. We're not moving a joint, which would be an isotonic isometric or an isotonic movement. So the thighs are stable, they're contracted, and then we're applying that bounce. Knees are bent just enough. And we're gonna now let's try the toes slightly outward. Let's stay in here. Let's take a moment to go in and see if we can squeeze the muscles internally. If that slows down your bounce, fine. If you wanna try squeezing without any bouncing, great. I could make this an advanced workout, just you and me right here. I could be doing an advanced version of this, or I could be doing a gentle version of it. And that actually brings up a good point, because you can show up for class and do it however you desire. And some days I want to take it very easy. I need to take it very easy. And some days I can take it and elevate the intensity to my greatest desire. Building this mind to muscle connection is the skill that we are building here. And continue practicing, because practice will get you there. Practice will pave the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Health bounce. So we're gonna swim now, starting with one arm up like this and down. We call this mermaid, or I call it mermaid. And if you are comfortable, I wanna invite you to do both arms. So one arm at a time, I'm gonna do that for you. For those of you so I can remember just to do it evenly on each side. Keep the chest up. I want you to put a firmness in your core muscles. That means the core, the tummy, and the back. So the chest is up. We're nice and straight. Knees are straight, but they're not hyperextended. There's a softness in the knees. We have a slight heel pump, or not. Either way, it's fine. And this arm is going up and down. And there are two things that we could be doing. We could make it so the arm is a little bit contracted from within. That little skill of squeezing from within. And we could also be focusing on a nice deep stretch through the motion, reaching and stretching. Switch arms if you're doing just one arm. Continue with both arms if you're doing both. And take breaks as needed. I know this is very strengthening, especially when we are very present and accomplishing what we want to accomplish. If we want to become more flexible, reach. You want to get stronger, reach. You want to get stronger, connect to the muscles that are required, not just the shoulder, but the bicep, the back, the lats, the triceps, biceps, all the muscles can be engaged. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you were doing both arms, amazing job. We're gonna do one arm again, or both. So if you're gonna do both, we're gonna do this. It's like treading water. I'm gonna have to face here just so I don't hit the curtain. So forward and back. And I want you to engage, stable your bounce, or stable your form with your core engaged. So if you're doing one arm, just forward and back, or both, forward and back. Flicking the wrists, keeping the core as the foundation of the strength, and then just having the arms up here, shoulder at shoulder height, is going to strengthen the arms. And then you could be swimming through a little bit of a more dense water just by slowing it down and firming up the upper body. This strengthens the back, the chest, the neck muscles, the core muscles. 3, 2, switching sides. Here we go. I gotta remember too to keep my teeth closed. Three, 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's go ahead and do some shoulder rolls forward and back. So I'm going to start with back. And then forward. And we're going to squat. We're going to stop bouncing, squat, just the right squat that feels perfect for us. Engage your core. Chest is up, shoulders straight out, hands on the bar, pushing side to side or back and forth in each leg, the squat bounce. Now, or excuse me, the squat walk. Now, we don't have to lift our feet off the mat. Instead, I want you to slow down your walk and think about the contraction in each thigh. Push that contraction, that light contraction, down on each side. So slowing it down will help. And you want to just contract. You might have to meet your mat because you don't want to be off the rhythm of your mat. You want to find the mat and the flexibility of your mat and connect to that. But now connect to the flexibility in your thigh. Z. So being here, being as present as possible, and making it your mission to stay in the effort of connection. Stay in the effort of the press. If the feet are flat, which is what I want, you'll be feeling equal pressure into the heels as you do into the top of the feet. Now, with every down press, you can touch your leg. You can feel the back of your leg. You can feel your glutes. You might feel the muscles contract with every single down press. You also could lift your feet off the mat, partially, fully, keeping it connected. There's no wrong way to do it, but I want you to know, or I want you to be feeling the muscles activating. I want you to be feeling your mind to muscle connection. And if you start to feel like you're rocking too much, try not to rock. Try to take the rock out, meaning the bounce, right? Instead, just use the flexible surface to press walk with keeping your head stable and not bouncing, if that makes sense. I mean, it's gonna happen a little bit, but let's go ahead and bring our toes slightly outward and 30 more seconds of pressing. Inner thighs, can you feel those inner thighs working? You're doing great. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna try a different activation. Let's health bounce a bit. We're gonna try a different activation with the calves. Today I want us to try this and modify as needed. I want you to get up on the balls of the feet, no bouncing. And I want you to stay up here, and I want you to now bend your knees and walk, and step around. Now stay in the calf contraction, which is happening naturally when you're up on the ball of the foot. And when you press down, you're in that contraction and you're kind of marching using that mat, that flexible surface. You know how when they'll have you do like calf raises, right? In order to contract the calf. Well, the top of the movement is up like that. That's the top of the calf raise movement. And instead of using body weight and lifting our body weight up, we're instead pushing down into resistance, which is hard for me to fathom, but it is definitely activating the calves. 10 more seconds. Maybe get a little bit more creative with it. If you're in position here and you're keeping your feet in one position, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If we do that again, I want you to decide if you need to have your feet in the same position, you can do that. If you need lots of breaks, bring it down. But I promise you, with practice, your calves will get stronger and stronger. And then the last move here, we're gonna do glutes. I'm actually gonna have us do that while we're sitting or while we're laying down. So I'm gonna have us now transfer to our bottoms, and we're gonna do some sit bouncing. I'm gonna get my pillow for the lay bouncing or the laying segment at the end. So have your pillow ready, and I invite you to join me for sit bouncing. I'm gonna face like this. So facing away from the bar might work better for you. If that's something you can do, just get on the back of the rebounder and face away from the bar. I'm gonna not turn my whole rebounder around right now. So facing away from the bar. And that's because lifting the arms, or I guess we don't have to lift the arms. We did that a few days ago. Lifting the arms is a great way to activate the core. But we can activate the core ourselves just by putting in that effort to contract not just the tummy, but the lower back as well. But the secret is to be able to breathe, nose breathe, through that contraction. So guess what? The muscles are contracting anyway. If you're in a bounce, they're contracting. Just feel, just put your hand on your tummy, and those muscles are reflexing, or they're getting firm. Just inside there, they're connecting to that downward force. They're responding to that downward force, even gentle force. And then you can go in there and you can connect to a little bit more firmness. Now, in order to activate arms, you could lift your arms up and just do, upper body or, arm reaching and doing all those things, and being away from the bar helps. If you are in a position to have the bar in the way, you can now bring your arms down and contract the arms. Maybe even just do bicep curls. So let's do that, actually, both at the same time. Let's bring the arms up and bounce with each bounce like this. And I want you to feel those biceps. Every single time the arm comes up, it's a contraction or a squeeze opportunity. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And if it's not on the beat of the bounce, don't worry about it. Just be in a bicep squeeze. See if you can now bring the bicep squeeze in so the arms come closer, the fists come closer together. Keep those squeezes symmetrical or even in both arms. Now let's bring it a little bit wider. Teeth are still closed, 10 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. And sit bouncing is a wonderful bouncing opportunity. If you have a rebounder in your living room by chance, which we highly recommend, having one in the corner of your living room where the TV is visible, sit bouncing is a great movement opportunity. Maybe your legs are tired. Maybe you've been on your feet all day. You could sit bounce, and you can just practice posture, and just this gentle bounce for 10 minutes or 5 minutes can be very strengthening for the back and for the core. Just bouncing. We might always assume it's easy, it's too easy, but do it for 10 whole minutes and you'll say, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how strengthening it is and how unique of a movement it is. So with that said, we're gonna lay down and facing however you want. You can't face away from the bar with the lay down. I want you to at least have your legs towards the bar, or towards the side rim of the bar, or towards the top panel of the bar, which is what I'm gonna do. Head on top of the pillow. So see how my feet are, I can reach the bar. You just wanna have your feet be able to rest against the bar. But now that I've said all that, I actually want you to put your feet on the ground, and we're gonna do a bridge pose just for a minute. So feet are flat on the ground. If you happen to be a shorty and you need to put your feet on the rim of the rebounder, that is perfectly acceptable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give our glute or booty muscles a little bit of a strengthening session of mind to muscle connection. Why don't we get into the position when we're ready by getting the back comfortable and then lifting the glutes up off the mat and holding it. So one thing that works out really well is two things. One, we can just hold the squeeze, like squeeze the glutes up and hold. And another version of this move is to instead focus on pressing the feet down, which is an amazing hamstring activator. Doing both is advanced because ultimately it's going to tire the muscles out quicker. It's going to tire the mind out quicker. The mind to muscle connection it's hard to hold and stay focused. So focusing on just maybe one or the other, the glute squeeze lift or the feet pressing down. 15 more seconds, taking breaks anytime we need. The glutes are firm, they are firm, the hamstrings are firm, whether you know it or not. They're all getting that constriction of blood flow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And the most amazing release that we can do for the hamstrings and the glutes is to elevate the legs and to take all the pressure and resistance off the legs. Inversion of the legs right now. I want you to take your hands and I want you to go behind your legs and tap. There's the mic. Oh, it's right there. Hi. So let's tap the backs of the legs as hard as you want. Tap the sides of the hips. I want you to go up the thigh, tap the thighs, tap the tops of the thighs, tap the inner thighs. I want you to tap the inner knees. I want you to tap over the tops of the knees and tap the outsides of the knees. And I want you to tap the backs of the knees real good. Get that really nicely, precisely tapped. Now I want you to just take one leg and tap. You can do both hands if you want, but I'm gonna do one hand. One calf, get it good. And the shin and the top of the foot. And if you can, the bottom of the foot. And now the other calf. The shin, top of the foot, and the bottom of the foot. I want you to spread. You can have your feet against the bar or take them off the bar. I want you to spread your fingers and your toes. Spread those toes as wide as you absolutely can. Hold that spread. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. I want you to slap one arm. And the other arm when you're ready. And it's not a proper rebounder session without taking the moment to spread into the toes. So I just reach up and I open the toes and I spread them and massage them. And when I'm ready, done with this foot, I'm going to do the other foot. And then I'm going to balance my feet against the bar and just leg invert and relax the shoulders, relax the eyes and the forehead. Teeth are staying closed because we want to still focus on nose breathing. And right now, as our meditation for just 20, 30 seconds, I want you to look at your legs and I want you to see the energy shifting and draining and pulling down. I want you to see that energy flowing down. And then I want you to connect to healing and strength and beauty, love, gratitude, the magnificence that is our legs and what they do for us. And we're giving them a break. We're giving them that love, that stimulation, keeping them in tip-top shape. Toes, ankles, heels, feet, calves, all of it. Knees. Everyone say thank you to your legs in your own way. Spend a moment in that gratitude. And now I'm going to put my feet down on the ground and just spend 5 to 10 seconds here. And then I can sit up. And you can sit up. I just like to take a moment in each position so I recalibrate. So that was a beautiful class. I'm so happy you were all here with me today. Thank you for being here. And as you know, we're here 6 days a week. The times of the live streams are going to change. Sally and I are going to Texas on Saturday, and we will be going live Sunday through Friday while we're staying in Texas for 3 weeks. So the time that we go live is going to change, and it is to be determined. So look for the announcements on Facebook for sure. We'll be on Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube. But sometimes the announcements can be missed. So if the classes, hopefully you'll get the message, but the class time while we're in Texas is going to change, and then it may even change again when we come back to the Pacific Northwest. So just so you know, to be prepared for that. Thank you again for being here and for joining me for this class. I would love it if you could send me an emoji today. How about hearts? I want you to send me any color heart that connects with you today, whatever color is your vibe today. Send me a colorful heart or multiple hearts. I would love that and appreciate that. Thank you so much for the likes too. I see the likes that come in for these workouts and I'm so grateful. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. So thank you for that like. I appreciate it so much. We do. And thank you for the emoji hearts. See you in class tomorrow or hopefully very soon. Take care. Have a trophy day. Bye-bye.